Testing 1, 2, 3.
Well.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Everyone, whoever's controlling this mic needs to turn the volume up. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, now it's coming up.
I'm waiting. Still can't find him. He's not here. He's not up front. You can't miss him.
The next speaker is Robert Bob Dean, and he is on the way down now, so he'll be here in just a few moments.
Oh, okay.
So if you can start taking your seats.
Yeah, okay. Great close out.
Can you hear this getting up now? Good. Okay.
Good luck with it. Fill it in.
Okay, rock and roll.
Yeah, George Maxwell is going to introduce me. Yeah.
Should I take those?
Sure. Go ahead. Grab that. I can shake this light up when he gets up there for you.
Excuse me, that seat's saved over there. For me. It's got my name on it.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Stepped out in the light again. Yeah. Can you tell us a story, George?
I think I will. You know, we're very fortunate to have Robert Bob Dean with us, because Bob Dean is really an inspiration to everyone.
It's just that people are talking.
Bob Dean, whether you know it or not, kind of dropped out of sight for a while and hasn't been doing too many conferences and not very much radio. And I talked with him recently, and he confided in me that he hasn't felt much like talking because he's been doing so much of it. And I felt the same way, because I have been kind of quiet myself since 9/11. I became very disenchanted with the country I live in since 9/11. But seeing Robert Dean coming back into the speaking circuit was an inspiration to me. I was very inspired to see my dear friend Robert Dean decide to come back and begin to talk with us again, because I believe what he has to say, and just his appearance, just his person, is enough to inspire many people. And so that's why I asked if I could have the pleasure of announcing my dear friend Robert Dean. I call him Bob. So he'll be here any moment. If you will take your seats. Robert Dean and I go back a long time. Back in Mesa, Arizona, back in the very early 90s. I met Bob Dean for the first time at a conference, and he was speaking there, and afterwards he was so gracious to me, and I was just very...
And we got the first of 3 mics. Let's do this one because it's easy.
Yeah, that allows me to move a little
I
bit.
was very impressed with Bob Dean. He invited me to go out to dinner with him.
For now, we're just going to put that in there to save the hassle about everything.
I'm in the company of someone I
Another
admire.
market, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
He was very
And then I'll go get the house line.
And befriended here. He was very easy
What
to
would be
befriend.
comfortable for you? How about the pocket down
put
here?
it in that pocket.
I've been inspired by Bob Dean over the years, and we just talked recently.
All right, sir.
As I
There we
said,
go. There
I'm
we
happy
go.
that he has
Come on,
decided to begin
Just need a
speaking
mess.
publicly again,
Trying to make it look unmessy.
which has actually
Well, that'll do. Thank you.
inspired me to do the same.
Sure.
there's so much I would like to be able to say that I have been quite literally afraid to say in public. The Bush regime frightened me. It scared me. And if you know what was really going on with the Bush regime, it would scare you too. It was a frightening presence on the American soil of the Bush regime. The one we got now is not much better. Now,
I had to rush up and get the transparencies. I had no idea you would come up with an overhead projector.
Oh, didn't I tell you?
Oh, God, you were something else. You are something else.
He's been an inspiration to me.
My apologies.
He is back now
This is for
on
the
the
house
speaking
system.
circuit. Speaking as Bob and I do, almost all speakers and the speakers
You
at
don't
these
need a
conferences
podium,
will
do
tell
you?
you that
No, honey, I don't. I move
very
around a little.
Okay, that's
She's got to flip your slides. Somebody's going to flip your
There are many
slides.
downsides to doing this.
Well,
kind of
yeah.
work. And it's very
I can do it.
debilitating sometimes.
I'll put 'em up
Costs you
there.
a lot.
I just
It costs
didn't.
you in relationships because you're on the road a lot. And it's not easy speaking before audiences, believe me. But there are some upsides to being a speaker. There are some perks and nice things that you get from speaking. And one is that you meet some very interesting and fascinating people. And you become friends with some very lovely and decent people. And Bob Dean is one of the finest men I've ever met. I want to be able to introduce Bob as not only my dear friend, but one who has not only impressed me, but inspired me. As I said to you before, now I'm saying it for his benefit, for him to hear. Because he has come back into the speaking circuit and began to talk with us again, I think it would be a loss if he didn't. I have been inspired to come back into the speaking circuit and begin talking again. So, without further ado, the man I'm introducing, I love and admire, and a fascinating man, and I would suggest you listen closely because he's got a lot to talk about that he knows firsthand. Robert Bob Dean.
The check is in the mail.
As long as it doesn't bounce, that's the
It
thing.
won't bounce. Thank you. Am I being picked up here? Is this carrying? I can move around a little bit. I was in the back of the room back there, and I didn't realize that this scoundrel here, Bill Ryan, was going to come up with an overhead projector. So I had to rush up to my room and grab my transparencies. So I've got a